Hello my friends, I hope you are doing very well. In this video I'm going to show you how you can export some data from your ATLAS.ti projects for statistical applications. So let me open project A. Alright, this is my project, and in order to export some data for statistical applications, I click on import and export first, and then here under export section there are two possibilities: SPSS job and statistical data. Now, if I click on SPSS job, what happens is that ATLAS.ti will generate a SPSS syntax, and then I can run the syntax in SPSS environment and continue the analysis. This is something that we will focus in the next video. And if I click on statistical data, what happens again is that ATLAS.ti will generate an Excel file which contains the information of the quotations in relation to documents and document groups, as well as codes and code groups. Before I proceed, let me tell you something, that basically in this process codes are treated as variables and quotations are treated as cases. Also note that for each quotation or case in respect to the codes, you can see a vector of ones and zeros that describe that particular quotation in the Excel file. And lastly, note that although ATLAS.ti treats the codes as binary or dichotomous variables, but still you can use codes as ordinal or scale variables for the export, and there are some points here that you need to consider. For those points, I invite you to have a look at the manual of the software. So in this example, the codes are treated as binary variables or dichotomous variables. Now, let me click on the statistical data to export the information to an Excel file. Alright, what I need to do is to save this file somewhere in my computer. So again, I save this file in my desktop. Alright, now we have this Excel file, and let me explore this file for you. Alright, in the first column we have case number, and basically here you have the quotation numbers. Remember, I told you that each quotation becomes a case. So in the ATLAS.ti project we had 25 quotations, and now we have 25 cases in this Excel file. The next column is document number, followed by document name and also document type. So this is document D1, this is the name of the document, and basically it's an audio file. With respect to this one, this is the name of document D2, the name is doc file 1 focus group site A, and basically it's a text file. So we have different types of documents here. And okay, next we have 8 columns, and these 8 columns basically show the position of quotations within different types of documents. For example, with respect to this audio quotation, quotation 1, 2, we have these two values, and the first value is the starting time and the second one is the ending time. So basically this quotation, this audio quotation, in fact starts at second 4 until second 11. With respect to Microsoft Word documents, we have these two values, which means basically the starting position and the ending position of the quotation. And regarding the image quotations, for example, the quotations, these quotations that have been created within the graphic document, we have these values. So focusing on Q41, these values are basically the coordinates of the image quotation. So let me just scroll to the right. Next we have 6 columns for document groups. So let's just focus on quotation 1, which means the first quotation in the first document. And yes here means that this particular document 1 is a member of this group, and also this group. So document D1 is a member of multimedia group and also site C group. As another example, let's have a look at document D3. So here we have this yes and this yes. So which means that document D3, which is the document containing quotation 3.2, is a member of site B and also text group. All right. Next, we have the columns for the codes, and I told you the codes become binary variables, and 0 here means that the quotation has not been coded with the code, and yes means that the quotation has been coded with the code. So for example, if you would like to see what are the quotations coded with the code administration 1, you can just check the 1 values here, and basically we have 3 quotations coded with administration 1. Also note that if you would like to see what are the codes that have been assigned to one quotation, you can just select these 21 rows and then look for the values of 1. Here there is 1, and also we have another one, so let me just change their colors. All right, and okay, so we don't have any other. So it means that quotation 1.1 has been coded with the code doctor and the code health. So you can consider evaluating the columns or the cases when it comes to the relation between the quotations and codes. And then after this we have we have 4 columns for document groups. So if you remember, I just checked the codes for the quotation 1.1 and we had 2 codes. Let me just show you again, doctor and health. And these 2 codes are members of this code group A. So both of them are members of this code group. So here these last 4 columns show the information with respect to the membership of the codes to the code groups. All right, thank you very much. I hope you find this video helpful.